Hi guys, it's really early, but welcome to week 4, and I'm so excited to have you here. For breakfast this morning, I am going to have oatmeal cereal, and my daughter is going to have just an apple with some cheese, and I put like a few little tea biscuits on here, so that's going to be her breakfast. For myself, I'm having a breakfast that a lot of people judge me for. A lot of people find that I'm so weird, but I grew up eating oatmeal this way. We also had it warm, but normally when we had it warm, it was from one of the little packets that was brown sugar, cinnamon, or something along those lines. If we ate oatmeal out of a bag, normally we ate it this way. So you just pour whatever amount that you want into your bowl. I went with about a cup. And then I have sweetened soy milk, so we're not going to go as heavy on the sugar as we normally do. Yes, my love?
Good morning.
Good morning. So we're going to go with 1 tablespoon. I'll do a second tablespoon, but I'm a little scared that it might be a little too sweet. But that's okay. And then you just mix it around. There are 2 ways to eat this. My father likes it with the sugar being unbothered, basically, and it just kind of sinks to the bottom, and then every time that he takes a spoon, he gets like that big scoop of the sugar. I like mine dissolved, so I am going to actually boil up a little bit of water. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I just boiled it on the lowest setting possible. And then I put enough water to cover. Just to basically barely cover my oats, okay? And then I mix it so that the sugar dissolves. And then I cover it so this won't cook the oatmeal. And also, if you're on a budget like I am, this will also extend your milk. My father likes his really creamy, so he just does straight up milk. But I do a mix of water and milk just to stretch and to dissolve my water. Just to stretch my milk and to dissolve my sugar. And that's it. It's so good, but it's better with cow's milk. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let's do a little 2-for-1 here. Dinner tonight is gonna be Lazy Girl sushi, but instead of using that canned luncheon, we're gonna be using this 1 fillet of salmon that I found. And then I have the last bell pepper that I have in the fridge. I'm very sad about that. And we're going to be finishing up this cabbage. It needs to be used up by tonight. So that's just going to be a little side because we're lacking on the vegetable department for this specific meal. And we're going to be using these roasted seaweed snacks as our nori sheets. The sauce is the same as normal. I just went a little heavier on the ginger and garlic since it's going to be salmon, and the rice is going to be exactly the same. Okay. And then on the side here, I am trying to use up the little last bit of this cinnamon sugar and these freeze-dried apples. I have been holding on to these, trying to figure out what to do with them. My daughter asked for them, ate like 4 pieces out of it, and then got bored of it. So we're going to be crumbling this up and adding it to this cinnamon sugar, adding probably a little bit more sugar and probably a little bit more cinnamon, but I'm going to be getting this specific mix out of my cupboard. And then we're going to use this tender flake pastry, flaky pastry, and we're going to turn this into hopefully cookies if all goes well. If not, then it'll be its own creation. it would be this. It tastes like a crossbreed between an apple pie and a nun's fart, which sounds horrible, but in French we call it a pet de soir. It's so good. But it's actually inspired by palmier cookies. That's what it is. Please try this. I'm just gonna say this about the cookies. They're gone. They're gone. Between the three of us, in less than 12 hours, they're gone. And I'm having these with my coffee. Morning of day 23. It's just gonna be really, really simple. I'm having these Rice Krispies with a little sprinkle of sugar and this vanilla soy milk and some almonds. And my daughter is having that last cookie, some cheese, and some Cheerios. Really simple. I have come to terms with the fact that today is not a healthy day. And that's okay sometimes. So lunch is these little pizza pops that have clearly exploded in the oven, and these little mac and cheese bites. And we're gonna share this plate. And that is it. Dinner tonight is going to be some potato nachos. So I sliced up a bunch of little baby potatoes earlier this morning into these like thick slices. Ooh, thick slices. And I'm going to be frying those up in this oil and then just lightly sprinkling them with salt. And we are making a vegan cheese sauce. I'm going with Plentifully Kiki's vegan cheese sauce. She has it on her YouTube channel. Essentially 3 cups of waxy potato, half a cup of carrots. Since we're doing the cashew-free one, we're going to do 6 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and it's supposed to be a quarter of a regular size lemon. And this is just a little itty bitty lemon that I got from Flash Food. So we're going to use that up. Because it is not actually vegan, I'm going to be using this ground chicken. And my husband doesn't like taco seasoning spices. So we're going to be using this Montreal steak. That's what we always put on our nachos. And then when the meat is almost ready, I'm going to add the onion and the bell pepper just to give them a little saute. This is bell pepper that was frozen and put in the freezer. For breakfast this morning, we're just going to keep it really simple. I'm going to finish up this pancake mix that I had in the pantry, and I'm going to peel and shred this apple, add that to the pancake mix, and we're going to make mini pancake muffins. And this is breakfast. They came out so well and they puffed up really nicely. We're going to be skipping lunch today, but we are going to be having an extremely early dinner. So it'll probably be around like 3 instead of like 3:34ish. And we woke up later today. So I'm going to be prepping dinner now. Sorry. And in here, I just used up some green lentils. I used up the rest of this bag. That was about 1.5 of these mason jars. Then I went ahead and did 3 mason jars, again, of these mixed vegetables from Walmart. I'm going to add just a little sprinkle of garlic powder. There you go. And I'm going to add in the rest of this chicken bouillon and one of these beef bouillons. And then for my rice, I'm going to be combining 2 rices because I had this basmati rice that I only had about Well, I had exactly this much left, so I finished that up. And then I'm just going to mix in some jasmine rice. So we mix rice when we're at the end of one bag. It really doesn't matter to our family. Some people think that it's an atrocity. We really don't care. And then I'm going to add a little bit of salt to that. And then I'm also probably going to be making some battered shrimp on the side to go with this meal. So I'm just prepping this ahead of time, and then I'm going to be starting it in about 45-ish minutes. Don't mind how squished the box got in the freezer, but we're going to be making these jumbo popcorn shrimp on the side. All right, so this is dinner. Today is day 25, so we're starting off by finishing up these little muffins for breakfast. And I'm going to be having some of these soaked almonds. My daughter's having these. I'm going to have the last two. And because that and just a few almonds is not enough, I'm actually going to finish up the potato nachos that we had. We still have quite a bit of that cheese left though. So today the aim is to finish off that cheese. So I did cheese on top and then the rest of the meat and the potatoes. And that is breakfast with a little side of maple syrup. All right, let's get a little light in here. That's a little better, but not much, but that's as good as it's gonna get. I'm sorry, guys. So we're gonna be making Grandma's eggless, butterless, milkless cake, and it's a chocolate cake. I have made this before, not this specific recipe, but I have followed like a YouTube video of it in the past, and we had liked it enough to make it again. I liked how moist it was. All we need is all-purpose flour, white sugar, unsweetened cocoa powder, baking soda, baking powder, water, vegetable oil, distilled white vinegar, and vanilla extract. I have all of those things in abundance, thankfully. And we're just gonna go ahead and mix it up. Out of that muffin recipe, I got 24 mini muffins. Some of them are already gone, and I got 6 giant muffins. Okay, and now for dinner. So for dinner, I thought out some liver. This has been marinating with some lemon juice, some cumin, some salt, and some pepper, along with, I think, a splash of vinegar, if I'm not mistaken. And we are going to be cooking that up with these onions and peppers. These peppers have been in the freezer for a while, as you can tell, but it's okay. They're going to be just fine. And then I made a tahina to go on the side, and I'm just going to pop that back in the, don't mind my stovetop. I need to rewash it already. I'm going to pop that back into this container, but basically I have about a cup of tahini, some garlic powder, lemon juice, cumin, salt and pepper, and we just do to taste. We never really follow a recipe. We just kind of eyeball it. So I did not measure that out for you guys because I truly don't know. We just kind of eyeball it. And then we're going to be serving the liver mix onto this bread. And those are fries that I chopped up, and we're gonna have cheesy fries on the side with the rest of this vegan cheese that we had. So that'll be dinner, and I will show you what it looks like at the end. Oh, also, when I cook this, I'm also going to be adding an additional splash of lemon, no, not lemon, of vinegar to the pan. It takes a lot of that liver taste away. Sorry about the noise of the fan. Let's turn that off for a couple seconds. So you see how everything is almost done? I'm going in with a generous pour. Might even do a little bit more. And then I'm gonna crank up the heat and finish it up. Today is officially day 26. We're doing good, guys. Like, I'm really surprised. We are focusing on the freezer. So I have these leeks that I had in the freezer. We're going to use those up this morning. Maybe not all of them, maybe just half of them. We're going to be going in with some peppers. And then we have a half of a pack of bacon that I found in the fridge. This seems like a little less than half because there's a few slices that are missing here. So that's okay. Some of these buns that we have now in the fridge, but they were in the freezer. And then mayo. And obviously my coffee. And we're just going to make bacon sandwiches this morning. It's Friday, so we're having pizza night, and I just took out some provolone from the freezer and shredded that up. This is some lunch meat from the freezer as well. I forgot to keep the packaging, but it was that Zabiha chicken. It was also from Flash Food, just like the provolone was. Peppers from Flash Food, onion from Flash Food, pizza sauce, that's technically some marinara sauce. Please don't mind that. I'm going to move all of this before I actually get started. Pizza sauce, that's actually marinara sauce, and I just packaged up into little Ziplocs and threw those in the freezer. And then we've got our pizza dough that I made in the food processor. So, and then olives, this is the end of our olives. Sad day, sad day. So we are going to go ahead and make those since you guys already saw them, and then just show you the results. Alright, for breakfast this morning, we're just going ahead and making some omelet sandwiches. Is it omelet if it doesn't have cheese in it, though? I could put cream cheese in it. We'll see if the cream cheese will make it in here. It's just these buns. We're going to be using up some of these sprouts. 3 eggs, potentially 4, but I'm running out of eggs, so I'm trying to ration the last of them. I think I only have like 2 more eggs left. And then the leftover onion from last night and the leftover lunch meat from last night. And we're just going to pop that in the pan and serve up some sandwiches. I got the steak on Flash Food, and I got it for $9. It's a T-bone steak, and we only have 1 steak. I got this a while back. Because we only have 1, we're going to be cutting it up and making steak sandwiches, because that'll be able to stretch it out as much as possible. But I'm making pasta for my daughter. But I tried a new hack and I really needed to share it with you guys. So basically you take a heavy pot. We just took this out of the freezer maybe 25 minutes ago. Heavy pot. Put this on there. Put another pot over it. Quite literally leave it there for like 30 minutes. And it is soft. I'm baffled. I'm like in awe of this hack. I just saw this week and I was like, I'm probably gonna forget about it. I didn't forget about it. That was great. I've been marinating this in soy sauce, garlic powder, smoked paprika, and some Worcestershire.